going to ask? I'm the Dungeon Master! I'm the Dungeon Master! Pay attention to me!
It's the DM's lament, the Dungeon Master's affliction, resigned to the fate that I'm my friend's referee and a chaperone and mother. No, I didn't ask for this, but who else will take care of these adult babies?
rolling dice. I'm a wizard. When we play, we do it right. Candles flicker, fighting dragons in my mind. Just for kicks. DM says you're gonna die. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Na 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 na. DM says you're gonna die. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Na 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 na. DM says you're gonna die. Roll a d6.
Give me perception check. Make your damn rolls worthwhile. Players love my style. At my table getting wild. Got these schemes applied. Got my map and my cloak. Got these players' heads a poppin'. Someone get me more coke. Hell yeah! Level up, level up. Goblins all around me. I be hacking them all up. I be hacking them all up. I be hacking them all up. When the goblins all around me, I be hacking them all up.
In the basement rolling dice. I'm a wizard. When we play, we think we fight giant lizards. Hitting treasure piles high, like the rogue dicks. Steal a wallet from that guy. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Na-na-na-na-na. Steal a wallet from that guy. Roll a d6. Roll a d6. Roll a d6.
This is not it. Click. This is not it. Click. This is not it. I found this. Click. This is not it. I found this. Click. This is not it. I found this. Click. This is not it. I found.
Hey everybody, yeah, you thought my mic didn't work. You thought that something was wrong because I didn't come on right at the 5-minute mark, but no, everything's fine. Hang by everybody. We've got Jonathan G. Nelson from AA Games and Ryan with us to talk when the show starts. So it's going to be very exciting. Nobody panic. Just everybody calm down and stand by, everyone.
Click. This is not it. 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 I found this. Click. This is not it. I found this.
Boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, boom, 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 bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, boom, 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 bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, boom, 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 bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, boom, boom.
Click. This is not it. Click. This is not it. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Evil. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. This pump. Click. This pump. This pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. Pump. Click. This pump. Pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. Pump. Click. This pump. Pump. This is not it. Kevin. Pump. Pump.
Boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, 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 boom.
that has like a story. So, ooh, I can see deep into the planar abyss of your computer.
Here we
Oh
go.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
everybody. Okay,
forever.
I got my mic on now. Yeah, it was the abyss. Welcome everyone. Welcome everybody. This is the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. We're here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You have to know where you live. You have to know what time zone you're in. And before we welcome our guests, let me say hello to my weekly co-hosts. Robin is not here today, but we do have Fury and Drake. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing
Rested.
good.
Yeah, rested.
Hopefully not cursed or possessed by ghosts from Louisiana.
Well, we might have to hear about that later. What in the hell? Yeah, it was good. It's good to be back. I was obviously sick last week. I was in the ER, as a matter of fact. But we're not gonna have story time about that. Just trust me, I'm
I
fine.
almost went to the ER too. So.
Oh well, and we have another member of our community who was in the hospital. He's fine too. Everybody's fine. But yes, we are welcoming. I feel as though in your case, John, I have to say your full name, Jonathan G. Nelson, because that's how you know. That's how everybody knows you. And also Ryan from AAW Games. Welcome, fellas. How are you?
Hello.
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks for having us on your show.
Yeah, glad you guys are here. Oh, and Zayshawn in the chat just donated $5 to the American Red Cross. Thank you for doing that. That's my cause. That's a thing they have on Twitch where you can have people donate to charities.
So I love that.
Or have to delete their visas.
Say that again, Drake.
Or they have to delete their Visa card. One or the
Yeah,
other.
oh, well, so what he's talking about is I did that live on stream a couple weeks ago, and I doxed my credit card number.
Oh, God.
And
Oh, no.
we shut the stream down, we restreamed, we deleted the VOD, we did everything with it. And then sure enough, I got a charge from like 1-800-contacts on my credit card, and I do not wear contacts. So I had to cancel my credit card. And you guys know that, I mean, anybody that has a credit card that's older than maybe 30, you've done it. You've had to cancel a card sometime in your life. And what a pain in the ass. It's like trying to change your email. It's insane. Because you have everything going to one place. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We are here because AAW Games is doing a Kickstarter, which I have up on the screen for everybody. Rultmoork D&D 5e adventure with morphing monsters. Oh my god. Moving maps. It's insane, you guys. And it's currently happening. So we're going to put the link. Actually, Fury already put the link in the chat for you guys. And it has 10 days left to go on funding. And I'm just going to let these guys talk about it as much as they want. Now, do you guys want me to show the video now, or do you want to jump in and we'll show it in a minute?
Maybe I'll just. How about we tell a little bit about ourselves real quick, and then we'll
absolutely.
and then we'll jump into that.
You go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ryan go first because he has an interesting. He's been traveling a bit, so Ryan, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody where your journey has taken you now that you're back.
Yes. Well, I've recently returned back to the United States. I've been living overseas for the last 15 years. And that really got me into Fantasy Grounds. Whenever I was in the States, I'd go to a comic book shop and play D&D. I played some D&D back in the high school days. Then I just kind of got busy. I kind of revisited it. Now it's probably closer to 10 years. But and then when I was overseas, Fantasy Grounds was coming around, and you could start to play online. So during COVID, I was looking for some work, and I ran into AAW Games. I was running a campaign of my own, and I was looking for some modules, and I came across AAW. And then when I was on their website, I saw that they were looking for some work. We're looking for people to work for them, and currently right now I am doing the Fantasy Ground conversions for them.
And he's doing the Fantasy Grounds conversion for Rultmoork.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Which is very exciting.
Where were you overseas?
Ghana. I joined the Peace Corps. I was in Guinea. I went to Mali after that, and eventually.
Oh my God, you're one
Ghana.
of these human beings that nobody can compare to. I love it. Peace Corps, how dare you? That's amazing. That
did
is
you
so.
use
I mean,
a potato for fantasy grounds? How did that work? I mean,
that's pretty incredible. Yeah, but so you've been an RPGer for quite some time. That's awesome.
Yeah, I tried my best to get the Ghanaians to do some D&D, but it didn't quite work out.
They weren't they weren't into it.
Actually, there was a really cool project for a while there, and I don't know if they're still doing it, but I can't remember exactly which country it was in Africa. But I remember they were going to small villages, and especially villages that didn't, have a lot of technology and stuff like that, and taking Dungeons and Dragons and teaching. I think it was actually at the time it was Pathfinder First Edition. This was some years ago, but I remember teaching kids how to play role playing games, and then all the kids they would teach some of the kids, and then the kids would all teach, and they just leave like some books and dice. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, man, that'd be so rad to just go all over the world. We need this, just spread all the RPGs around to all the kids everywhere.
And then stories would grow about how the people came and they left us books and dice. It would be amazing. Yeah.
Nice
But-
myth. Nice
and
myth to start.
Then they come
They were
teach the kids are playing video
statues
games,
of
how to
us?
play role-playing games.
Correct. Oh, we just got a backer. I saw it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know why I had to use a New York accent to say I saw it, but I did. I saw it.
A sort.
It was me. I did
saw
it.
it. Oh, you
got
did
the
it?
limited,
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, the limited box edition, and I made sure to add the Fantasy Grounds module
Aw, thank you.
Good
and a whole
Lord.
bunch of other shit. Yeah.
Well, then that means I'm gonna have to back it too. So let me go down
Well,
here.
because
Aw,
it's
thank
limited edition, and there's like a number that has to be hit, and I'm like, ooh, I
really
want. I
appreciate
don't want to
that.
miss out.
Thank you.
I have FOMO. I can't not do that.
I have to have the it's no. I think okay. Yeah, I'm glad this is happening because you have to explain to the audience. And correct me, John, if I'm wrong. You to get the Fantasy Grounds version, if that's all you want, you just have to back it with some amount of money, and then it's an add-on. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
instead of having like a separate pledge level, because it gets kind of ridiculous with a bunch of different VTTs and then having all these different pledge levels. I thought it's simpler to just put it where, back it for $1 and then you can access the add-ons, which then
Right.
you can, toss in the VTT of your choice or multiple VTTs or pick and choose. Oh, I want the PDF and the VTT or whatever, or the soundtrack and the VTT, whatever you're.
Now, when you
you'd
say
like to get.
multiple VTTs, I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means. Those words
Oh,
all
sorry.
together don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
There's
kidding.
other VTTs
There's
out there?
so they have Roll20, they have Foundry, and they have Fantasy Grounds. So that's what
I
I'm
was
going
gonna
to
say
do.
this is live, and if this is a Fancy Ground show, you'd have to you probably want to bleep those out, right?
No, we don't care. We as Doug Davison, the president and CEO of Fantasy Grounds says, there's room for everybody.
I know. I'm just
He's nuts, but that's all right. By the way, I forgot to give the disclaimer because I should do that now.
Please do.
The All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show is meant to teach and help. I don't have to read this; I have it memorized. But the opinions stated by anyone on the show today does not reflect on Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds or the DMs Guild or the Forge. It would only be whatever John and Ryan say about AAW games. So we're just fans. We're not directly affiliated. And by the way, that disclaimer is not something they told me I had to say. I just figured I would do it because I swear a lot, and they don't want to be associated with me.
Lawsuits, really.
Yeah. So here's what you guys want to do if you're like me and you don't like. I have an aversion to physical books, and this is just some personal decision I made like about 2 years ago. I'm trying to be a minimalist, which isn't working out, by the way. You want to support it, so you just do the pledge without a reward, which sounds counterintuitive, but you do that. You know what? I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna put the slides up on the screen before I dox my credit card number again. So I'm gonna show the slides.
No. You'll be fine. You can click on that and it'll show the add-ons without showing your credit card.
Okay. Well, if that's true, then I'm gonna.
I'll do like the last four numbers on the side. Yeah, see, last four numbers. No one's gonna know.
You know what? That's the last four numbers on the side, and it's not even the right one because that's my old credit card. So you guys can have that.
If
So
you got some new contacts, you know the full number.
Yeah. So what you do, is you pledge. I'll pledge $10, and then I'll just add that thing. But you don't do that till after it's over. But I'm showing everybody what you want to do if you just want. There you go. So that's what I did. I pledged $10. And then if you guys
he's gonna have to fix that, yeah.
if you guys done a Kickstarter before, well, it'll ask me for my regular credit card when I pay. Then what you do is when the Kickstarter's over, you will. Oh, you know what? I need to go back and edit my pledge because we want it to be.
Yeah,
we want
could,
to.
I mean, that's the thing is
I need
you
to
could
put-
always wait till the end and wait till backer kit to add it in, and you won't miss out. Like, no one should ever worry, like, oh no, it closed down and I forgot to add.
But then this helps. This helps the. This gives a little more dollars to the total.
Exactly.
So that's what you do,
Exactly.
guys. Pledge $39,
Thank you.
and then when you pledge $39, then after it ends, you can go in and you're actually not getting any of the regular rewards, unless of course you want to get. And most people aren't like me. Most people do want like Fury. They want crazy. They have to have everything. And so
No, look how many, like, there's only like 250 of them. There's only 220 already sold or spoken for. So it's like, you got to get on that.
Oh, let's see. Let's go down and find the unlimited.
Yeah, we have. There's a limited edition hardcover, and
Yeah.
you also get it in a limited edition box set. So
That's what I got. I got the limited edition box set.
nice. Yeah. So that cover artwork is actually by my friend Nat Dam, who is he does all of the posters for all of the major and smaller touring artists that cover the Seattle area. He actually works for Seattle Theater Group, and so his, you name a band, he's done a poster for it. Like whatever, Chili Peppers, Death Cab for Cutie. I mean, just name off pretty much any band that. And he does all this poster artwork.
Wow,
and so if you
cool.
scroll down further on the Kickstarter, you'll see his stuff on there. His name's Nat Dam, but he's also in a band that got signed to Alternative Tentacles, which was Dead Kennedy's record label. Jello Biafra from Dead Kennedy's record label. But he's a drummer, and I actually introduced him to the guy that he guitar with now, a band called Sandrider. So if you guys anyone likes metal, you can go check that out. But if you scroll up just a little bit from where you are, Rob, you'll see that's the metal artwork that he made for the cover there. So,
oh wow, nice.
So that's an alternative artwork that's going to be a limited number that we're going to print of those books, and then we'll never print those again. We're just going to print a certain number of those, and then the other standard hardcover, which also has equally cool artwork. That's the other artwork's by Kim Van Duyn, who does a lot of professional D&D stuff, with the cool lich on the front. That'll be like the standard one we'll see, from then on. So there'll probably be who knows, there might be some left after, might sell out, and some what goes on in the next 10 days or so.
Yeah, cool.
Is the limited edition hardcover, is that in the box set?
Yeah, so this is the thing. Lots of backers said, hey, I don't want to have to buy the box set with the standard edition and also buy the limited edition hardcover, and then have to try and sell the standard edition if I don't want. A lot of people said, I want the limited edition. So even though it costs a little bit more, we went back to our printer and requested if we could get a special limited edition box set made. They said yes, and the fee was nominal enough that we decided to do it and trigger on that to appease our backers. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's basically like treat other people the way you'd want to be treated. And so
yeah, totally.
And friends, because I really want everyone to be happy. I mean, I worked on this book for 3 years of my life extensively. I played the hell out of this thing. It's completely rewritten 3 times. It's extremely detailed, and my good friend Roth helped me really refine it and make it really badass. So this adventure has some things that have never been introduced in D&D before. So
awesome.
Yeah, and I can talk more about it too if you guys want me to give you.
Yeah, I'd love you to do that, and we will do that. I tell you what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play. Some people have probably already looked at it, but this video is 2.5 minutes, and I think I'm going to play it so everyone can see it, and then we'll jump back in. So let me go ahead and do that. I wanted to say thank you for the follow, Gift of Gabby 1. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, let me just play this video, guys, and it's 2.5 minutes. So here we go. I'll play it and I'll enlarge it.
Cool.
Brave Rultmoork can bring life back to the land. The adventurers are hired to investigate a strange spire of stone in the barren mountain wastelands. According to legend, water once sprung forth from this spire, blessing the land with life. Now, the land is dry, the ancient site in ruins, and a wondrous water clock is stagnant. In fact, this stagnation infuses all beings, from the strange cultist on the surface to the former elemental guardians deep below. It is up to the adventurers to defeat the ancient evils within Rultmoork, restore the water clock, and bring life back to the land. Power is placed within the hands of your players in this adventure for 4 to 6 characters of levels 5 through 7.
This adventure marks Jonathan G. Nelson's return to adventure writing after his critically acclaimed success, Rise of the Drow Collector's Edition. Rultmoork contains playstyles of ruin exploration, investigation, and dungeon delving. Wasteland archaeology. Explore ancient ruins, marvel at murals, decipher a lost language, and piece together clues. Visions of the past. Live through horrors of millennia past in a role-playing rich investigation. Challenging dungeon. Test your mettle against an interactive and dynamic dungeon. New mechanic. Flow and stagnation. 2 different modes for monsters and magic items. Hardcore mode. Make a difficult adventure truly unforgiving and deadly. Brutal. Unique monsters that require both brains and brawn to defeat. 3 nightmarish bosses to challenge even the most experienced groups. Logical environments reward players for paying attention and engaging with the wonders of Rultmoork. Rultmoork has a large selection of accessories with which to further immerse your players. Dynamic dungeons, moving battle maps, a 3.5-hour soundtrack by Sonar Village, virtual tabletop, Roll20, Foundry BTT, and Fantasy Grounds. Pawns, handouts, a box set with dice, tokens, and more. Immerse your players in Rultmoork.
Nice.
That was well done.
That was scary. I always wonder about those. I always wonder about those Kickstarter videos because some of them are so well produced, like that one. Now, do you guys? Did you do that in house or did you hire that out, or how does that all work?
I have an interesting story about this, actually. So we were at Gen Con, and this year at Gen Con, our goal was not to make a lot of money. It was to actually give them a really cool experience. So we decked out our booth. We had drow cosplayers. We were taking pictures with people, signing books. We were even couldn't afford them, stuff like that. Just having a good time. But it was a lot of work. And we were also we had a whole game room running Rise of the Drow. So, and on top of that, people got COVID. Some DMs dropped out. It was really crazy. I ended up working the booth basically from like open to close every single day. It was pretty nuts. After all that and getting back, I came home to get COVID for the third time. Yeah, so I got sick. And on top of that, the guy that was doing the video went on vacation and he wasn't going to be able to finish. So I'm like, yeah, that's great. Like, great news. So as soon as I got better from COVID, I had to hop in and do the video. And so that is actually the second iteration. The first actually with my fiance's voice is down below further, which people had said that one tells more of the story. It's way down near the bottom. It tells more of the story of Rultmoork, but we realized that people more want to know a brief version of the story and then kind of what's included, and we figured we'd get into the deeper stuff later. But anyways, that video was all by me. I've learned how to do it. It's kind of like anything with this company. The real thing that I've learned is, it's like the role-playing game industry is not an extremely lucrative industry. Yes, it's gotten better in more recent years, but it's not the video game industry. And so a lot of times you got to make do with what you have and what you can do. And so a while back, I taught myself how to use Final Cut Pro, and have just been kind of refining my effort. So I appreciate that you say it's professional.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like some people don't have a video; they just have like maybe a picture, and but I've got a little bit of a Kickstarter problem, so I've done like 65 of them. So
yeah, I hear you. So look how many I've backed on there.
Yeah, a lot probably. So, and we did have a question from the chat from Mosk and Foz. Who does the soundtrack?
The soundtrack is by Sonar Village, and that's one of the cool things I want to talk about with this adventure is, in my adventures since I was younger, even when I was back in school, I think a lot of times my friends remember me probably playing like Metallica along with our games, or like some kind of punk rock or something like that. I would attempt to play music that fit the scene. So if it's battle, all of a sudden we're going to some crazy rockin' song or something, or if it's role playing, it's something more chill. And then as time went on and I started playing, thematically appropriate music for scenes, and that was something that I actually wanted to do way back even when it came out like 11 years ago, 12 years ago now, I think. We had on our website, we even had sound effects. We had music stream on there and play during your game. I've always been into this stuff. I'm also into toured for a long time and did the whole music thing. So I'm really into music in my games, and I like to immerse my players not just with but music, handouts, maps, all of the different things that can really make you feel like you have left the table and now you are playing in the game. So yeah, so Sonar Village in Italy, we worked with them over this project I've been working on, like I said, for 3 years. They've been working on tracks. And not only have they been working on tracks, they did our Survive the Spelunking and our Rise of the Drow soundtracks. And those were cool. But with this one, I told them, I said, I'm going to do something really insane. This is going to be a massive. Every single location in this place, in Rultmoork, every single location from the ruins up top to different dungeon rooms, like individual dungeon rooms, each one has its own track in 2 different modes, flow and stagnation. And each of those tracks is 10 minutes long. So basically every location you go to has 20 minutes of music and ambient effects that represent what's going on there.
Wow, that's really cool. And I know a lot of
really
players love to, the more you can immerse, the more you can turn the lights down and play in a basement and have music and sound of, Sirenscape sound effects. And this is true for VTT play or kitchen table play. Players really love that, immersion, and the music really helps. It's a great addition. So that's awesome. Oh, Gift of Gabby redeemed a hydrate. We should all take a sip of water if you have it, everybody.
I have water.
So
I will also take a lion's mane vitamin at the same time to enhance my neuroplasticity.
That sounds fancy.
And I wanted to remind everybody there are prizes coming. You people who come to watch the show for the prizes. As a matter of fact, everyone watching will get a free thing. So that's happening. There are going to be 4 Fantasy Grounds modules from AAW Games that John and Ryan are giving away. So that's happening. And there's also what did I say? There's a link that we want to give. Oh, no, that's just the link for the Kickstarter to show that it came from us, right?
Yeah, but then there's also a link to Facebook and a link to TikTok where we're giving away a copy of Rise the Drop Position Heart.
Oh, okay. Did we put all the? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's all there. It's all there.
Okay, cool. So here are the prizes we're going to give away later on, everybody. The Fantasy Grounds modules are Rise of the Drow for either Pathfinder First Edition or 5e, Survivalist Guide to Spelunking, Drider of the Underworld, and Applied and Aggregate Spelunking. So you don't want to leave. Also, let's do this now. Everybody can get a 1 free month of adventureaweek.com. So if you go here to adventureaweek.com, you can also get there by typing in aaw.com. It's a redirect.
.com, yeah.
Yeah, and then if you go there, you will get you can get a free month of the. And here, let me give everybody the code. So the code is this. We'll put it in the chat. It's AAW1 free, number 1 free. So that's for everybody. Everybody can get that.
Yeah. If you click on subscribe on the website, you basically can add a subscription to your cart. There you go. You click that, you add it to your cart, and then you can drop the code, and it'll make it $0. So you can check out the site, and it will basically, when you subscribe to our site, you'll get our store credit right back to you that you can spend. So like our subscribers basically pay $10 and then we give them $10 back. You can spend it on stuff on the store. You get 10% off all of our products, including hardcovers, and you get access to. So kind of no-brainer.
There's the website because somebody forgot to post the website for the code.
When you say somebody, is that anybody in particular? So, and by the way, there's lots of Fantasy Grounds material, guys. So you can go there and click on Fantasy Grounds, and there's just tons and tons. Fantasy Grounds stuff. Yeah, tons and tons. Mini dungeons. Oh, we played so many of those. The mini dungeons are so great because that's when you want to just get a game real fast. You can just do it.
Yeah. They're super handy.
If you buy Rise of the Drow Kickstarter. If you buy Rise of the Drow Fantasy Grounds module, somebody gets commission for that. His name is Rob Tui.
That one's only available on the Fantasy Grounds stores.
Right, because that's how I get paid.
It's exclusive, exactly.
It is exclusive. And so, yeah. So, I mean, just tons of stuff. And, John, how long has AAW Games been around?
We conceived of it at the end of 2010. We worked on it for like a year and a half and launched in March of 2012. So it's been a decade now.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we've released literally, I think, thousands. Well, let's see, 1,000. Some insane amount of products, well over 1,000 products, from vinyl maps to VTT map packs. We are actually the very first publisher to have GM player and VTT map packs packaged with all of our adventures. We had the very first adventure ever on Roll20. We also were one of the first ones to adopting all of our stuff for Fantasy Grounds. And so we've just been plugging along, and we literally were 64-page adventure every week when we started out, which was absolute insanity because I had a full-time job and
I couldn't believe.
nuts.
It was unbelievable. You know, it's I can do one of those in every 5 years, not every week.
Yeah,
you know,
I was young and ambitious and crazy and willing to do anything, you know, and it was fun too, of course. But as I've gotten older and we've kind of refined things, instead of going for quantity, we're going for quality over quantity now. Our main things are quality over quantity, color outside the lines, and then one of the other really important things is that I like a strong sense of community and to take care of everyone the same way, you know, that we want to be taken care of. So like one person, they had their apartment caught on fire, their RPG collection got all burnt up. They sent me a picture of the Rise of Drow book, nasty and, you know, smoldering, and I sent them a brand new copy of Rise of the Drow, and I told them the thing is, if you buy one of our books and something horrible happens to it, your dog chews it up or something, take a picture of it, send it to me.
Oh wow, yeah. I always thought that was fantastic. That's a step above and beyond what Wizards does, which is they have a thing where for a couple of years their bindings weren't good, and if you sent them a picture of your binding cracked open, they just send you a new copy. So that's I love that policy.
That's
you
the other
go
thing
above
is
and beyond. Yeah, house burned down, dog ate it, whatever. Yeah.
We also prevent those things. We don't do the broken binding thing because we actually we go for quality over quantity. So all of our books now we do like head tail bands to reinforce the binding. So it's actually not only glued in but also double sewn in with cloth head and tail ends. And then we add things like ribbon bookmarks, end papers, all of those extras to keep your books to give you a really high quality book. Basically, we are only going to be creating stuff from here on out that we would want to put on our own gaming shelves. And if somebody's just cranking out just to make a fast buck, then it's just crap. You know, I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah.
We're DMs and players. I've been DMing since I was 8 years old, and I want to give back the same stuff that was given to me, you know, when I was a kid and teen, buying books and whatnot. It was a lot of money, you know. It was
yeah, and it's funny because
$20 box set was a lot of money back in the day.
It was, yeah. I remember buying the red box and thinking, well, that's all my allowance for 2 months or whatever it was at the time, you know. And and also I think just in general, I mean, I think the older you get as a person on planet Earth, the more you realize that the quality of just anything, I'm not talking about just books, but anything made just gets worse and cheaper. And of course that's that's giant corporations trying to squeeze every penny out of everything. So it's really comforting and nice to when someone, you know, takes the time to, no, we're doing this the right way. We're doing the quality with the double stitching and the reinforced binding and whatnot for those physical products. It's just a really good thing. And I see some companies do that, and like you said, some don't. But it's really, I think people gravitate toward that, or gravitate, not graduate. But yeah, it's really nice.
And the thing is I'm always on the other end of the line too. I know it's insane, and I do overwork myself a lot. But if someone sends something to customer service, that's me. I'm the owner and the publisher, and in this case, I also wrote the adventure. So I've been hard these past 3 years, wearing multiple hats. But if someone has a problem, they're emailing me, and I'm always there to say, hey, no problem. And sometimes I'm even the one packing your new order to send it out, because for a while there, we're starting to move back to having our distributor do it. This other distributor that was sending out books and doing a really crappy job packaging them. So I talked to my printer. We created new cardboard mailers that are 100% recyclable with no extra packaging, that have these little bumpers that protect the binding, protect any damage so you don't get dings and bashed in corners. And we custom designed those and paid extra for them. And so now all of our books come prepackaged in these really cool mailers. and I've been sending them out myself. And if I do have to package an order, always package it with extra materials to make sure that nothing gets damaged in the shipment. If anything does, I'll send a new one out and they can just send it right back. But like, I make sure and take care of everybody. So
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
just know that you're never going to be left in the lurch as long as you communicate. So.
Right. A big thing about, like, if you buy a book at a store, they're usually really in good shape because they get a crate of 10 or 20 of them in the same, and they're all protected. But I can't tell you the number of times I've ordered anything from like Amazon or whatever, and you're so excited and you open it up and it's got a dent or a ding in the corner because it's been dropped or whatever. So that's really awesome.
A mailer. They just put them in like those little crappy cardboard.
They put them exactly.
Or not cardboard, but the bubble wrap mailers. Like that's not going to protect a hardcover in the mail.
I've returned. I've done, and at least Amazon in particular, they're really good. They don't even ask questions. You return something, they'll just either refund it or give you another copy. But I've had to do. You don't have to go through that. You don't have to say, okay, I got this, and the corner on the side, not on the outside, but on the inside, where the binding is bashed in, and I need another copy, and but you don't have to go through that. No. Oh, good. Thanks for don't forget, everybody. There's the link for the Kickstarter. You know what we should do?
I'm gonna be spamming that.
Okay, we should give away a prize. We've been on for 30 minutes, so let's give away one of these prizes.
You should have Ryan choose the prize because Ryan's had nothing to talk about this whole time. I'm just leaving him over there in the corner. He's like the Fancy Grounds guy, and this is the Fancy Grounds show, and he's not. I'm like, poor guy.
So Ryan, which one should we give away first?
It's basically me and Drake.
I'm sorry, Drake. Drake's like
I'm looking to see what I want to run of AAWs on Fantasy Grounds site.
Yeah, I would say Survivalist Guide to Spelunking.
Okay, let's give that one away. So, Survivalist Guide to Spelunking, guys. As a matter of fact, let's go to.
Who converted this one?
I'm gonna actually show it in the Fantasy Grounds store here. I don't know. I didn't need the word store. So here we go. Well, that's on Steam. I don't want that. You can get it on Steam, but I like to show it in the. Where's the one for the? Oh my God. Well, okay. Here, this is what I should have done. I should have been smart and gone to fantasygrounds.com, which you don't need a space for. I'm panicking, everybody. I've done this show before. I know what I'm doing.
You can't always trust Google, Well, we're gonna watch to make sure that you're typing. Too.
Right, you're gonna make sure I don't. Okay, here we go. Now we can go down here and put this like that, and then there it is. So
there's applied and aggregate. It's down. The Survivalist Guide was the next one down from that. There you go.
This
right
one.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is it, everybody. Put that link in the chat so that people don't have to go through the stumbling and bumbling like I did. So this is this is a $40 thing, everybody. So here we go.
Yeah.
Give it away right now.
And look who did the conversion work. It's someone named Ryan.
Was it?
Ryan, yeah.
Look at that.
That's my name.
Boom. So everybody's listening to the guy himself. Unlike me, when I say I do a conversion, everybody's like, yeah, nobody's excited about that. Okay, let's. I have 56 things in the Spineworks store, as a matter of fact. Let's find the thing. Here it is, right here. So let's go to raffles.
I think everybody knows you, Rob. I mean, I can't tell you, like in my Fancy Ground, built everything, for all the customized modules and all that jazz. So it was like, it was getting ridiculous, like people didn't even really need to play anymore. They could just sit back and watch their characters do cool shit, because of all your things you've created.
That's
you don't
very
have to
nice
remember
to hear.
anything.
I love hearing it. And I love anything automatic. As a matter of fact, let's make that the keyword, everybody. So we're gonna do 1 minute. I'll start it. If you type in the Twitch chat !automatic, you will be entered. And I believe on all of our streaming platforms, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter or wherever there's also a chat, I think this will work. You can enter from there if I'm not mistaken. Let me start that counter.
If it doesn't work for those other people, if there's some kind of thing, since I know you're testing out those other channels, if they have a problem with it, we can do some other giveaway on one of our socials, later on for those particular people that missed out.
Let's see.
I can see the abyss again.
We do have some people watching on Facebook. Okay, there's the abyss. Yeah, that's when I click. The reason I do that is on my other screen it brings this up and it shows me all the streaming channels. That's why I do that.
Oh,
and
got it.
Earlier when I didn't want to interrupt Ryan when he started his story, but I crashed the multi thing and I don't know how to get it back. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, see, I haven't done this long enough to know. Okay, well I'll worry about that later. So let's see how we doing on the contest. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Good. We got a bunch of names.
3, 2,
yes.
1.
Boom.
Winner.
Love that voice. All right, so here we go, everybody. I'm gonna draw a winner, and remember we're giving away more. So this is just for the spelunking guy. Here it is. The draw winner is Zayshawn. Nice. He has won previously. So Zayshawn, what we're doing is just send me a message in Discord with your email, and I'll get that to these guys so that's how they're going to give you this prize by email. Do you guys, is that how you do it, by email, or do you need their Fantasy Grounds forum name? Because that's how I do it.
You know, they can just give us both just in case.
Okay.
It's always good because at least then if we have a problem.
Right. So so send me a PM in Discord. Zayshawn, you've done that before. You've won prizes. There's the
Tell you about that book real quick too, Zayshawn, that you're getting. Spelunking. If you were into the Dungeoneer Survival Guide, Douglas Niles, we pay homage to our greats that kind of taught us and brought us to where we are. So we on this. So the Survival Guide is by Douglas Niles, Thilo Groff, who's also known as In Zeitgeist. He's the #1 tabletop reviewer in the realm of our world. And then there is and Steve Beardley, who was the co-author of the. So an extremely detailed book about rules.
That is really cool. I'm going to tell you something. I purchased my copy of the Dungeoneers. What was it? Dungeoneers Survival Guide?
Yeah.
I purchased my copy of that in 1987 at the PX Exchange on Camp Casey, Tungdushan, South Korea. That's where I was when I bought it.
That's awesome.
Because we played.
That's crazy. You could find it over there. That's pretty.
Well,
wild.
oh no, so I'm going to tell you something. The Army. I was active duty Army from '84 to '87, and those guys were amazing. Almost every PX on any base had all the D&D stuff.
That's
rad.
We played.
The handbooks came out. They always had them.
We played Dungeons and we played Dragonlance, which they're about to release again for 5th edition in December. I can't wait. I might actually get back into DMing. I didn't say that. You guys didn't hear me say it. I was able to buy, I think when I was there, I was able to buy modules DL 1 through 12 maybe, and maybe there weren't, some of them maybe weren't even out yet. But we played that, and it was so awesome. And we had the Spelunking Guide. Because we bought everything. There was 4 of us that lived in one room, you can imagine. And, it was like 2 sets of 2 bunk beds, 4 wall lockers, a table, and 4 chairs. And that table just always had our D&D stuff on it.
That's super cool. Sounds like a dream, It's like
Yeah, well, the other part of it was you were in the Army, so that wasn't really wasn't my personal dream.
But it kind of you have the balance, though. It's like in life you always have the balance. There's always gonna be shitty times in life, but you would
whenever we did have free time, it was amazing because it was so much fun. We had just crazy times. Luckily there were 4 guys living in one room that were all into, if you had 3 guys and maybe 1 guy wasn't into it, it wouldn't have been as good, but we were all way into it, so it was
that's really cool. That's really good.
Okay, so we did that. Let's go for another one. Ryan, you're up again. Which one should we do next?
Alrighty. I would say applied and aggregate spelunking.
All right,
you like a lot of spelunking, apparently.
There's a lot of he's down for the spelunking. I love it.
3 of those adventures were part of that one Kickstarter, or 3 of those books.
Yeah, so this is the adventure that goes hand in hand. You learn by doing, as opposed, some people learn. One guy that I played with for years, lawyer, and he has an eidetic memory. So he would he reads the player's handbook and he thing in there. Whereas I'm the kind of person who always do better by doing something.
By doing.
Yeah. So in this one, it's a little mini campaign setting and an adventure, 64-page that starts out like at level 1, and you're just learning the ropes. And so the DM and the players get to learn together how to use it. And so you basically take it one step at a time and get to learn how to harvest things, how to the breath engine, light and dark.
And do you I know someone's going to ask if I don't preempt it. Is it required to have the guide to play the adventure?
No, you could run it and just instead of like using like the forging rules or something, you could just have someone like roll a survival check, or what have you. You could still just wing some of those aspects.
Cool.
But it is definitely more fun with the survivalist guide to spelunking.
Yeah,
Right.
in Fantasy Grounds specifically, there are links when you go through the adventure. It'll reference Survivalist Guide to Spelunking.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right.
So this is the one you get for free just to get you hooked on it, and then
This is
you gotta
like
buy
crack.
in for the rest.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one. Let me go back to the prize thing.
It's a fun adventure. It's really crazy.
Reset. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I should do though is just to be safe, I always write down like who won.
That's
who won
smart.
the prizes. Okay, so now let's go do this one. And this one is going to be the adventure. And why not make the word adventure? Don't do it yet, everybody. Wait till I hit the button. Calm down.
Wait, that's
Spell
spelled
it
wrong.
right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, adventure.
So let's do that. Okay, so type in exclamation adventure. I think Zayshawn, you should maybe exclude yourself. You've already won a prize. So we want to give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you'll have a minute. Say that again?
This would be the perfect adventure to take your dungeoneering to the next level.
Zayshawn typed in X. I'm out. Good luck, everyone. So, so 30 seconds, everybody. Exclamation adventure to enter into winning this one, which I have here somewhere. Yes, applied in aggregate spelunking. It's also fun to say. If you have it, you can just, rather than even using it, you can just have it in your hard drive and tell people, guess what I have? Applied in aggregate spelunking. And then you just yell it out like that. That's what I do.
You
This
just
is a
like it
lot
on
of
your
really
modules
good
list
art.
in Fantasy Ground.
Yeah. All right, 4 seconds, 3. Here we go. We're gonna do. We got more prizes. Everybody, calm down. Wow, our audience has grown a lot since we started the show. Okay, so the winner for this one is, boom, Weed Whacker PD. Nice. So
Weed Whacker.
Weed
Nice.
Whacker PD has been following since earlier this month, but has never won a prize.
Oh,
So,
congrats.
First time.
congrats. So once again, Weed Whacker, since you've never won, I'm gonna put
got
the
the Discord.
Yeah. Oh, thank Fury beat me to it. As a matter of fact,
I'm so on it.
I think there's like a 10-second timeout. So you see, when I did it, it didn't even acknowledge I did it. It's just like, so what you do, Weed Whacker PD, is you send me a personal message on my Discord server and just say, hey, I won. I was on the AAW Games show and I won the module for Applied and Aggregate Spelunking. And then send me your email and your Fantasy Grounds forum name, and then I'll get that to these guys so they can get you the prize. And I'm gonna write your name down.
And you get 10 minutes to it. Hurry up.
Yeah, I always yell at the audience, don't make me chase you down, because if I have to chase you down, then I'm still gonna do it, but I'm gonna be very upset with you.
Are you gonna
So-
put down which modules who won?
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
That's a,
Just in case, just in case.
that's a friend of mine too, so I'll help him out if he needs it. He's getting
Oh.
the crack. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's getting the crack.
And then SGS is the other one's SGS Survivalist Guide.
Okay.
It's good. Spelunking.
So, yeah, because if people, it's never happened, but I'm always waiting for the day to where my security gets cracked and somebody just sends me a thing. Hey, I won because I give away prizes every single Sunday. Hey, I won a prize, and I'm like, no, you didn't, because your name is not on the list. All right, and then let's remind everybody. We told you guys earlier, but if you go to adventureaweek.com and you want to get a free month of adventureweek.com, you'll see when you go to that website. Here's the code for that. That's for everybody. That's in the chat there. And we showed that earlier, so if you weren't here for that, go back and watch the video because we showed you how to do it. Also, I guess we should give these links. Or Fury, do you have these links for the...
I got all the links.
Okay, so when Rise of the Drow hardcover... Ooh, hardcover.
Yep, we're giving that... Those are normally $129.99.
I should maybe enter that.
Let's see, the 23rd.
On the 23rd. Okay, so that is on Facebook. And then the other one, I don't even have TikTok because I'm super old. I have Instagram.
Grandpa, get on TikTok.
No, TikTok, because don't the Chinese take your information? I don't know what happens.
Oh my God.
That is a thing, by the way. You guys should look that up.
Here's the thing that I realize is that everyone's taking your information.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Who doesn't have my...
I always get these letters in the mail that says your accounts have been compromised and everyone has all your information. They have it all 10 times over now, so have fun with it. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but, have...
The one I love is...
My credit score isn't that great, so please take it.
Yeah.
Fix it for me.
my credit score is 810, so don't take mine. So, the one I love is your many different things. Like if you have Alexa or Siri or anything that's listening to you.
Don't say that too loud.
The one I love is my friend told me this story. He's getting on a plane and he's gonna go fly to the city where his mother is for her birthday, and he doesn't have a present for her. And he's talking to his sister on the phone inside. He's sitting in the plane on the taxiway talking to his sister. And his sister mentions this type of perfume that the mother has.
Yeah.
So he gets on the plane. He flies, 2 hours. He gets off the plane. He takes his cell phone out, and the first ad he sees on his cell phone is this perfume, this exact perfume that he was talking to his sister. And I'm like, well, it all works. It's all Big Brother. It's all in there, so you can't even just worry about it.
It truly is, and even though they say it's not,
Yeah, it is. It does
you're
become
talking about
helpful.
Something in the room with someone else. You're not even on your devices. You pick it up and oh wow, there's an advertisement for that. That's strange.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan. 2 left.
Alrighty, we're gonna go with Drider of the Underworld.
Save the big one for last.
Drider, they've got some amazing Drider classes in there.
Yeah.
People love the Driders.
I've never played a Drider before. Oh wait, you're talking about monster type or players?
You can create them as a player, but there's also monsters in there. There's monster versions of Driders too.
Yeah, I like that. I like to play unusual classes.
Me too. Yeah, this will give you unusual race and class. So.
Oh.
Also converted by Ryan. Thank you. Let's go back to the thing. Reset. Add this in.
You should let Ryan choose the word this time.
Oh, I had a word, but go ahead, Ryan. You tell me. We'll see if it's the same one.
Spider.
Spider. Okay, I was gonna use Drider, but that's all right. Spider's good too. So let's do it.
I figured you were. I was just trying to be different.
You tried to usurp my idea. I love it. Okay, guys, in the chat, if you would like to have a copy of the Fantasy Grounds module, which by the way includes line of sight, Drider of the Underworld, type in the chat ! Spider. Don't type in Drider because that was dumb. Don't do mine. That's not gonna help you. I've typed in Spider, and then we'll pick a name. And then don't forget, guys. Let's go see.
If you want me to talk a little bit about the Kickstarter, I can give you a quick rundown.
Yeah, go for it.
I know we don't have that much time left, but
no, we got as much time as you need, buddy. You do what you have to do.
Okay. Well, Rultmoork, I started actually about 3 years ago. An adventure that I ran from my home. The short version of this is my home group was mostly adopted from my friend who sadly passed away. His name was Cliff Jones, and he was a really fucking badass DM. Really, really difficult stuff. He got his chops playing with Peter Adkison and a lot of the people host back in the day. So when I met him, he was IT director of Gen Con, and he actually was the very first one to convert of our modules to Fantasy Grounds. And not only that, he had a server to set up at his. He's like there. It was like,
John, your mic is cutting out a little bit. I don't know if you have to move closer to it or what, but
yeah, that's weird.
Sometimes we're losing words from you. Go ahead.
Okay, that's strange. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. It was cutting out for some reason.
That's strange. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so my friend Cliff Jones, he would convert a lot of stuff to Fantasy Grounds for us, and he was also he got all of his chops back in the day with Peter Adkison and a lot of people that formed Wizards of the Coast, and he also worked at Wizards of the Coast for a long time. When I met him, he was IT director of all of Gen Con. At his house, he had a Fantasy Grounds server set up. It was like Fantasy Grounds heaven over there. We'd go over and log into the Fantasy Grounds server, and it was online all the time. I could log onto it from anywhere and go hop on and work on my character and stuff like that. And he had all this stuff set up on there. And it was cool because he had multiple monitors, like like a giant TV and stuff. And it was pretty cool stuff. But anyway, CJ's adventures, Cliff Jones, he went by CJ. His adventures were really, really hard. Every game was like playing chess. If you did something stupid on your turn, you were probably going to be recovered. The combat and different tactical things were just extremely difficult. Before that, I've always been heavy on story, role playing, immersion, all those things. What CJ kind of gave me a lesson in how fun it is to also challenge the players, not just the players' characters, but the players themselves. And a big part of that has to do with not just throwing tough enemies at people, but throwing enemies that you need to use your brains to defeat as well. You need to overcome challenges using your wits, because if you don't, like in some parts in Rultmoork, there's one enemy that is basically all I'll say is they're invincible, vulnerable to every single attack. And not only that, but their attacks will bounce back and the damage you deal to them will just be dealt right back to you. There is a way to defeat them, but you have to be actively paying attention to the environment, to the story, to the murals, to the languages. That we create our own language, Grecian, for this. Thilo Groff is a language professor at a university extensively on this module, and he helped create Grecian, and we have player handouts, just sharing an image with the players. Well, these handouts can be deciphered using either creating your own cipher. There are a bunch of ex-military types that were into and stuff, and they created a cipher in one of the playtests and figured out the language. But you also can use something called Lexian Amulet. If you piece together this magical item that's broken apart, once the pieces come together, you can get it working again, and you basically get this wheel that has English, aka Common, and Grecian, and so you can start to translate things. And once they're translated, you can clues about things and also find and solve riddles, which progress you further into the adventure and into the game. And along with all of this is a story. So we basically have got all of these years of experience that I've taken not only from my own gaming and everything, but spent writing adventures, which is coming up on a decade of professional adventure writing. At what Joshua Gulliam, my good friend who also sadly passed away, used to call RPG boot camp, because we wrote so many adventures. So I really got a lot of experience from those days. And part of the thing with this too is we want to give players and DMs the tools they need to play the kind of game they want. So not only is there a 3.5-hour soundtrack, handouts, set, and pawns, and dynamic moving battle maps and all these things, but we give you options in the adventure. So there's like at a glance sections that summarize stuff, so you're not digging for things when you're looking for key information. It's all in the at a glance section for each dungeon room. When you want something to be more difficult, there's a hardcore mode. So if your group is just walking through the dungeon, they're veteran players and they're just mopping the floor with you, and they're like, this is easy, I can get through this, and they're solving all the riddles, they're figuring out all the puzzles. You can throw hardcore mode at them, and hardcore mode it doesn't just up the difficulty. It doesn't just make monsters like, oh, now they have more hit points, or oh, now they deal more damage. It actually changes things. It changes the environment. It'll change different things and in the experience to make it more difficult. All of a sudden, the trap won't be just one trap. It might be 3 traps. It might be different elements come together to cause something completely different. In some cases, instead of falling into this pit of this goo, instead of just taking damage from it, now you have to roll on a disease chart. Easy to get cured or what have you. But there's a hardcore mode, and you can find it by looking for blood splatters on the pages. And in the Fantasy Grounds version, I'm not sure if we can do something like that with the reference document, but it would be really rad if we could have blood splatters all over the hardcore mode areas.
Ryan, can you do it?
Well, we're gonna play with the new reference manual.
You can put some leaves or some red borders or something maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yes, you can. You can put different borders on certain pages. Yeah, you can totally do
Perfect. But yeah, so
that's
this
cool.
this adventure's been refined over 3 years. It's been extensively play tested with numerous groups. The whole adventure has actually been rewritten and revised 3 times, and I truly believe that I'm bringing. And it's interesting because this Kickstarter's been really funding, and I think that's because of the shifting and whatnot. And that's okay. What I finally realized is with
Oh
us
man,
and
your mic is cutting. We're really missing a lot of what you're saying.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so meeting the goal has been really difficult, and I think that's because of the shifting economy. But I was stressing because I've got a lot of different people working for AEW games, and I want to make sure that everybody's paid, and lots of these people have families and kids and all that stuff.
Right.
And obviously, I didn't expect the Kickstarter to be this low as far as funding goes. We expected to actually hit our goal within the first couple of days. But that said, what I've realized and come to terms with is that we are the backers are making this possible. Our fans, our friends, the people that have supported us over the years are making this possible. And I understand that a lot of people are in tough financial situations right now and can't pledge, and that's okay. If we can meet our basic goal of 50 grand. We actually then that gives us enough to take care of all of the basics, all of the printing and the distribution channels and all of those different aspects, and make sure that it's paid for their work, the editors and what have you. And I don't care about getting paid on this one. I've worked really hard on it, but my main goal is to put this in your hands, and I would like nothing more than to be at Gen Con, watching people enjoy and play this game and be able to crack open the box set. And it's the first time we've ever created a box set, and I grew up with the AD&D second edition box sets were just like, those things were so much fun for me. I love getting a brand new one and cracking it open, see what's inside. So
oh my god, you're young. You said second edition.
I started
first edition.
I started with first. That was in 90 acres of forest in a small like little outbuilding that we lived on where this guy had gone AWOL from the army back in Vietnam, and then became a horse trader in Afghanistan before coming back to the U.S. and then living on 90 acres of forest out there. And so my friends and I learned D&D as kids out in this place.
That's amazing. That sounds like the perfect. Like if you had to design a place to go play D&D.
Yeah, we were out in the middle of nowhere, out in North Bend in the Pacific Northwest. Like under the Cascade Mountains, and just off in the forest in the middle of nowhere. But we learned advanced Dungeons and Dragons originally, and then like D&D basic red box and stuff. But as I got older, my teen years, stuff that was coming out for second edition, Dark Sun and Planescape, Dragonlance, like the War of the Lance box set, all that stuff is just like brought back such good memories. I wanted to be able to pass those on. And so it's like, if I died tomorrow, it's like, I at least just want this thing to get funded so we can get it in people's hands and enjoy it. And that's like my ultimate goal here.
The box
more
set,
than anything.
And it literally comes in a box, everybody. So it got dice bags in it. That's awesome. Well, during your story, we did get another backer. So there we go.
Well, thank you. If that's someone from that's listening, thank you.
We hope so. All right, people think I forgot about the prize. I didn't forget about it. Let's give it away. This is, again, those of you that entered for Drider of the Underworld. So the winner of that is, our Hammer 2. Nice. Let me go write that down, and then we'll give away the last one.
The last one's the Rise of the Drow.
That's right.
Collector's Edition. That's the big
one. Who converted that one?
Oh, you'll see. We'll look at the name.
I can't remember. We'll have to look at the name.
We'll look at the name. Let's see. I got to get the name of that again, which I've already... Yeah, Drider of the Underworld. You're right. Drider of the Underworld. That's right. Okay, so the last one, which is Rise of the Drow. Let's put that over here.
For those of you that don't know Rise of the Drow, it's the book itself is over 550 pages. Adventure, campaign setting, bestiary, all in one. It can take you from levels 1. It takes you from levels 1 through 15. All areas it takes levels 1 through 20, and it has everything from foraging mushrooms to exploring fungi forests to dwarven cities. It's unreal how it basically took about like 35-40 people about 8 years to make that book. So
let's maybe get the 5e edition. No.
So I know that you're making adventures, but are you playing in any adventures?
I am. I actually am playing. I'm running a game tomorrow night.
Are you streaming? Are you streaming it, or is this like in a person game?
No, we don't. We're not streaming it. We're just playing. We have a couple of different places we play. My basement and an out garage building that's completely converted into a really cool space with a skull chandelier and all our minis are out everywhere and tons of greenery. So
Oh, that sounds amazing.
yeah,
Do you
super
put
fun.
like pictures of that on your Twitter or anything?
Yeah, I do actually. There's some pictures, and there's some pictures for a Deadlands game that are on there.
Okay.
But yeah, I play in a Deadlands game, a D&D 5e game. I'm running an Aventure Adventures campaign in D&D 5e, and then I'm streaming with her, like once or twice a month. I'll do like a mini dungeon. Every Monday we give it a free, and so they're one-shot adventures, and I've been running those, and I thought it'd be stream those from my basement and see what people think.
I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be fun, and show off your adventures. People like that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And we give them out free every week so people could see it and be like, hey, this is what's free.
Cool. This is the big one, everybody. $60.
Yeah, who converted this one?
Let's look at that. What? Get the fuck out of here!
Oh, look at it.
Oh man!
Can you believe that the
Adapted
4
by
things were
me,
given away?
And it took
can't
me fucking forever to do this one.
I know, that was a big one. I can't believe that all 4 things that we chose to give away tonight, like I just plugged them all in there. I wasn't even really thinking hard. I'm like, oh, let's give away these things because they're really rad. Or by things, by people that are in this chat right now.
Zaytron said a really good challenge for anybody who wins. If you win, you should go ahead and back the Kickstarter.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea.
that is a good idea.
I
Now
won't argue
remember
with that.
too
Thank you.
that if you win this particular prize, which I'm going to start it right now. The keyword is rise. Start. So ! Rise. Keep in mind, if you win this one, I don't get any money, so just feel happy about that. I get nothing if you win because there's no money.
I might enter just because of that.
I'm gonna enter. Oh wait, I already own it. It says I own it right here.
Nice.
So Ryan, do you have a game that you're playing or that you DM or anything?
Yeah, I'm DMing a Curse of Strahd game right now for
Love Curse of Strahd.
friends.
Are you streaming that, or are you just doing it on the kitchen table?
No, we're just doing it over Fantasy Grounds.
But not publicly.
No, I haven't really ventured that route.
Yeah, you're better off. Trust me. Don't do it.
I think he's still settling into the U.S. because he's coming back from
that's right,
Africa.
from his big trip of
streaming from where I was at before really wasn't gonna
Wasn't an option.
Bandwidth.
So,
There's a problem with bandwidth. I'm sure.
bandwidth.
So where were you before? I'm curious.
17 viewers.
West Africa.
Yeah.
West Africa. Okay.
Crazy. All right, 17 people entered. Let's see. Who is the winner? Oh, it's Winak.
Oh,
Winak
Nice
has
job.
been with us since May of 18 and has never won a prize.
What?
I love that. I love that people that have never won prizes are winning. Congratulations.
It seems
Cool.
like
There's a
Winak
link for
has
the
one, but the
Kickstarter
thing
again.
says, Winak, you've won something before, haven't you?
Maybe they've changed their name since then.
Yeah, maybe. Also,
And
it
it
has
confused them.
win right in his name, you would think. Oh, did it used to be One Eye? That's true. He won the Insanity Bundle. He has everything, God damn it. All right, but he must have changed it. Okay, let me go
He
write
went
that
so
down.
insane.
I thought it was Diablo
he changed
Bob's
his name.
alt. I never won anything.
Cool. So, and don't forget, guys, take a look at the Kickstarter. And there's another backer. Boom. Just like that.
Thank you.
Put the link in there again. Oh, no, she just did it. Fury's always just 2 seconds ahead of me. That's why. And
I'm also going to put the links for the free 1 month and also their contest to get Rise of the Drow on their Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah.
So those links are coming. Look for them.
Right.
Yeah, check them out because I dressed up in a really crazy costume and was running around. Take a look.
And I want to say this just again because there's got to be some viewers that have joined the show that were not here at the beginning. So, there's some fantastic things in here. If you want to go for the physical stuff, there's the box set, there's the limited edition, so there's all that. But if you are interested in the Fantasy Grounds module, that is not one of the pledges. So what you have to do is up here at the top, just pledge. I pledged $39 because that's the price, but you can pledge $1 or $10 or whatever up to $39. And by the way, you can pledge more if you'd like. But you just do your pledge without a reward, And then what happens is when the Kickstarter finishes, you'll get to go in and choose the Fantasy Grounds VTT version of the adventure with, as your add-on, and then that's how you do it. So I just want to make sure people know, because sometimes Kickstarter, unless you're familiar with it or you've backed anything before, you're like, how do I see the Fantasy Grounds, but it's not on the side. What do I do? So that's how you do it, everybody.
They like to change it up on you too, just like all these.
Another
So
backer.
as soon as you learn it, it'll change. But yeah, thank you for backing everyone. There's something really key I forgot.
Oh yeah, go for it.
We introduced a new mechanic in this that Tilo and I worked on called flow and stagnation. So flow is blue, stagnation's green. Every monster and magic item, and just so you know, the magic things that we throw in there, they all have information, details, illustrations. They all have a reason to exist. They exist in the past and they exist in the present. This is about duality, past and present, above and below, flow and stagnation. Things that are blue and elemental are flowing water. Things that are green and stagnant have stagnated. They're slow. They're murky. They're, they can carry disease, things like that. You can actually use magic items and different things within the game, like a prayer, to change something from one mode to the other mode. So for a quick example, if you scroll down a little bit there on the camera, you'll see flow and stagnation. You'll see a little video that says, it's like black and white text on it if you keep going down right there. So see a little book above it. If you just scroll up a little bit there, there's a flow. That's an example of a flow conductor. Is blue, and that's in flow mode, and in the green stagnation mode. So the black text on that creature applies to both versions, but when it changes to flow mode, it's the blue text is applied, and when it changes to green, the stagnation, the green text is applied in stagnation mode. And so there's actual there's flow tokens and stagnation tokens that people can find throughout the dungeon. They can throw them at things in one mode. There's also magic items that do that as well. But basically, all of the creatures in this are brand new and original, and they all have 2 modes. So for every creature, you get like a 2-for-1. And I don't know if that makes sense or if it just seems insane.
That is super cool. That's super cool. And
if you play that little video there, it shows it went through really quick on the other lower version. And again, I made that video, so it's not like super well done.
Do you want me to show this video?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's.
But that'll show you just a brief version of like, here's flow, here's stagnation. There's no
I'll
sound.
show this everybody, and then I'll blow it up so you guys. And by the way, I didn't say this the first time, but you guys were all very good and quiet. Your mics will still be on, so if you say something, people will hear it. But let's go.
There's no audio on this one anyway.
Oh yeah,
so
okay. So let's just look at
during it. So it shows monsters in flow mode. It just shows some examples. So like a flow weaver, a flow conductor, a stagnant dead in flow mode. If they're in stagnation mode, they get different. They actually do different things. So it's not the same creature, and you've got those same creatures. It's the same creature, but it isn't, right? So they'll go, oh, we encountered these. Same thing with magic items, flow token, the tears of Vasi the goddess, a magical urn, like those were flow modes, and then here's the same items in stagnation mode. And they do different things when they're in those modes.
That's a great. I love that. I love that mechanic. That it's a different. It adds to it's nothing people have seen before. So there you go.
Yeah, and we've got a few things like that. We can't spoil all of it, but I will say that there is something to do with past and present, just like there's above and below. So those are some hints to things, but there's a lot to be discovered. I give too many spoilers because the players have to have some fun here.
Right. So yeah, everybody, there's our audience is mainly Fantasy Grounds people, but some people love Fury bought in. She bought the whole thing, everybody. She can't help herself.
Thank you.
So all the physical stuff you get, the token bags, the tokens themselves comes in a box set. Limited edition cover. I think only 500 will be printed. And when they do that, they're gone. So there's that. Wizards does that. This is the guy, Nat Dam. He did the cover. It's funny. I have one of my best friends' name is Dat Fan. So it's kind of...
Oh, that's weird.
He's from Vietnam, Dat Fan is.
Oh, wow.
He's the guy that won. He was the first winner of Last Comic Standing, if you've ever watched that back in... That was in 03.
Nice.
Oh my God, that was like 20 years ago. That's insane.
I know. Isn't it scary when you start talking? I've had the same thing every once in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, 2000 wasn't that long ago. Wait, it's 2022.
Right. When people say, like the other day, somebody goes, 1997, 25 years ago, I had to take a knee.
Yeah,
I was like, what are you talking about? That was just like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. But the older you get, the more time runs together, but also the more you've done. So you have all these things in your brain that you've done. And young people just don't understand. They don't know.
I think you're really old and you forget half of it. And then,
True,
and then
that
you
is
get older,
true.
and then you think you're back in those. So
My grandfather said, he said, next time just gets faster and faster and faster, and pretty soon you're 80 years old talking to your grandson.
yeah, time's relative. If you've lived 1 year of your life, then if you're 2 years old, now that's 1 year. That 1 year was half your life. But if you're 10, 10 going up to 20, now that now 10 years is half your life, and it just continues every
Like-
day, week,
like
month,
you're-
and year goes by faster and faster.
We're like uranium. We all have half-lives.
Yeah, there you go.
We do. And by the way, when you're you're 10,000 days old when you're 27, 27.2 years, I think. And then when you're 54, you hit your 20,000th day. And then that just starts to make you go like, what? And then the other thing I love to tell new mothers when they go, how old's the baby? Oh, 18 months. Oh, I'm 604 months. I love that's one of my favorite bits is to tell
I've
somebody.
always thought it's funny too, counting by the months, especially when they get over a year old. I'm like, they're a year old.
Yeah, just say a year.
She's a year old. She's not 12 months old. She's 14 months old.
Because
She's
what
a year
expectant
old.
mothers, or what not expectant mothers, but what new mothers don't know is when you give the baby's age, well, this is just my perverted mind. When they give the baby's age in months, I start thinking about the pregnancy and then adding 9, and then what happened here? What did you people?
Okay, here's the thing. Wait, hold on. There's a reason for it, okay? Because when
I
people
know.
ask, what size clothes do you buy for the baby? You say,
True.
this month and this month.
Unless
I
my
learned that.
brother just had a baby and his baby's huge, so like the shoes. that
So it doesn't
the
apply.
shoes I'm getting this baby. I got this baby shoes, and I know it seems those cute checkered Vans because I used to wear those.
I
when I was
get-
a
What do
Why?
you buy those
Why would
baby
you spend so
shoes?
much money for baby shoes? They're gonna outgrow
Because-
them.
I just had to see the little checkered Vans on him. It's like the one thing I wanted to spoil him with. It's maybe he'll skateboard like me. But
Where do you
but
buy
I
your
wanted to
baby
get him
shoes?
those
Oh, I have to
checkered
get them
Vans,
on
like-
Shack.com. That's where I buy my baby shoes.
Okay. So I called to check on how big the feet are, and I'm like, whoa, that's like a 2-year-old or something. So you never, truly, you never
that's
know.
nice.
It depends on the kid, right?
You can, when he outgrows them, you can wear them. So there you go. It works out.
Well, Ryan and John, I want to thank you guys for coming, and I don't want to forget to let you guys give all your socials and where people can. I mean, people know the Kickstarter and the website, but what else do you want to make sure people know before we end it here?
Yeah, sure. And in fact, my fiance's been bugging me about trying to get on. She says I'm a, and I've shied away from it for quite a while for many probably obvious reasons, but I've realized that I can stay away from a lot of the craziness online and just be myself and talk with people. So I'm starting to do that more. So, anyways, you can find my stuff if you go to Facebook. Just search for Jonathan G. Nelson. And honestly, we used to use a lot of times the AAW Games Facebook, but Facebook pages are dying, man. That's like a thing of the past. So if you follow me on there, just Jonathan G. Nelson and hop on there, and I give away free stuff. You can also check out AAW Games. They're on Instagram, Twitter. We recently have been doing stuff on TikTok, so we also have contests on there, and so you can check us out on TikTok. And our Discord is our main place where our community to play games, run games, share what you're doing in your game, or get ideas. Grab tons of free stuff. We give out free stuff all the time. Like every week, we're giving out free mini dungeons. We're doing Tales from the Tabletop. The easiest way to get there is bit.ly/AAW games. So bit.ly/AAW games will give you the direct Discord link. Join there and introduce yourself to everybody. They've got a lot of users on there. Rad. They're really cool stuff. So that's where you find a lot of the AAW game stuff, and of course aawgames.com. And then for the Kickstarter, you can just search for Rultmoork or go to aawgames.com/Rultmoork. And Ryan, did you have anywhere you wanted people to reach you?
Yeah, I'm not a big social media person, but really I'm here because I'm doing most of the Fantasy Ground conversions with the AAW games. So you can find me. My handle is Otis Goodness. You can find me on the Fantasy Grounds Discord server, Fantasy Grounds Academy. You can find me also on the AAW Games Discord server. Yep, that's me.
Otis, goodness. By the way, I know your pain referencing the Fantasy Grounds, so if you want to send Ryan some, cloths to wipe his brow, or I don't know if you drink coffee or beer, alcohol, whatever. Then he's working hard on that stuff because I know what's up because I've been in the trenches, my friend. So I know I wasn't in the Peace Corps though, so I'm not a good person like you. I just know what's up with the Fantasy Grounds sponsors. Ryan was in the Peace Corps. Everybody.
You joined the Killing Corps. I joined the Peace Corps.
That's right. I did.
That's
right. That's the.
Wow.
Otherwise, everything's the same. We're all the same. Well, good. So thanks, guys, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I know you guys have been on. You guys were on, I think, Fantasy Grounds Friday a couple days ago, and
It was recorded. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw. I see what happens. We try to be different on this show.
Future me, who's now past me, was on the chat, so I was still there. In both time periods.
Sweet.
So.
And we try to do things a little different here, which is less professional, less formal, less everything.
Like that.
But we
Kinda like
want to
that.
make sure people know about the Kickstarter and just AAW games in general. And so so really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will be back next week. And any final words from anybody? There's 4 more people here besides me. So any final words before we wrap it up?
My only final words would be that everybody these days seems so much in a hurry and so angry and so worried about what. My only recommendation when you go out in the day in your wherever your world is, try to put a little bit more kindness out in the world. Let somebody step in front of you. Let somebody cut you off, whatever. Don't get mad. Just back off. Be like, turn on some good music and just chill and enjoy your life because life is way too short and we could all of us could have a lot better time on this planet if we just kind of if we're just a little nicer to each other. So just give yourself permission to step back and take a break from getting aggravated about stuff. Life's always going to suck, but there's good moments out there. So just try to enjoy them.
I agree. Hydrate. I agree with that, John. And I think save any negativity you have for the game and let it out there.
Take it out on the boss.
Mm-hmm. Or the 3 bosses, whatever the case may be.
Or your DM.
Or the DM. Just take it out on the DM. Well,
not the DM.
I think that's what people
not
do.
The DM,
buy a monster on Rob's stream. That's what a lot of people do.
Oh, before
That's what you do.
I can't hit the out button quite yet because someone redeemed the street cam, so I gotta do that. So street cam, I think it's starting to rain outside, which I'm kind of liking. I live here in Spokane,
Your favorite
Washington,
town.
so it's just getting dark there.
You're in Washington too.
Yeah, you guys you're in Snoqualmie, maybe?
Yeah, Snoqualmie.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Spokane. I left for 25 years, but now I'm back. But
You guys say
same
these
thing.
words,
Born
but
and
this
raised
is
out
not
here,
real.
left and came back.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you have to do it. Especially if they give you a liver transplant and you're in California and have no family and support system, they tell you to get the hell out of here.
Wow.
So that's what happened. But I'm kind of glad that I had a liver transplant. I mean, I don't recommend it for anybody, but I was a stand-up comedian who wasn't a celebrity, and that's no life. You got to be famous, because otherwise it's just a 9 to 5. You're grinding out. You have no money. Kind of a fun job, but I think I like what I'm doing now better. So yeah, there's the street cam, everybody. It's gonna start raining. I think after the show, I'm literally gonna go stand right out here on the porch and suck on the rain, because that's what I like to do. I love it. All right.
Wait.
That's right.
Oh,
you heard
it's
me.
actually
Just do
dark
it
outside
live
for
on the
you.
show. Just do it live on the show, Rob.
No,
No.
that's not the stream.
I
we
did
are.
that before.
Please
I
don't.
put this can, then I ran outside. It was a horrible, horrible sight. I'm an old man. I'm gonna trip and fall, and then you guys are gonna have to call 911. It's insane. So we'll just put the slides on instead. All right.
It's, what's going to happen is that you're going to hydrate outside in the rain. That's what it is.
I'm gonna hydrate. But yeah, I did the inside. Now I'm gonna go do the outside. No, I'm not gonna. I don't stand in the rain unless I mean, I could. I have a jacket, but I'm in my jammies and slippers, so I'm just gonna stand on the dry part of the porch. That's right. I've been in my jammies and slippers since 1998. All right.
Tuesday.
You thought I was gonna say a day of the week, and I switched it. I switched it up. All right, so yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks so much to John and Ryan for coming by, and thank you to my co-host for, making the show better than it is. If it was just me, I really appreciate it. I don't say that enough. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Good gaming, everyone.